Hi, you guys. I think we're live.
We
Are
are.
we live? Hi, everyone. Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
We napped.
We were napping. Wink,
I,
wink.
I was having a bet. Hold on, that won't go with what I was going to say. I actually woke up. This is the reason why I woke up, because in my dream, check this out. In my dream, I was on an adventure with you and I. We were there because I kept hearing your voice, and we were someplace to where we were chasing a bad creature.
Really?
Yeah, it was in the gutters. It was like in the sewer system, but they were like, yeah, and you couldn't let it out. So you had to battle it, but you couldn't let it out. Anyway, so there was a door we knocked on, and I was like, "Did you get him? Were you able to?" And you were like, "Yes, Jeff came to the door, but he wasn't he was doing something else in my dream. I don't know what it was, but a cat bit me and was holding on to my hand like this, and I was like, this cat's not supposed to be outside of that house. I have to let it bite me so I can put it back in." So
That's so weird.
when I woke up, that's what I was dreaming.
That's so weird,
That's what went.
isn't it?
Then I had to pee.
I hate weird dreams. I hate weird dreams that make absolutely no sense.
All right, well, that was just to take up a lot of time until we got here. All right, this is our background that's not approved by one of our watchers, Miller, and we were here.
Why?
Because he was like, "Come on, that's not alpha." Having pictures up in the background like that.
Were we supposed to have toys and I don't know?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about it. Why were you in the doer? What's that mean?
It was a sewer. We weren't in the sewer. There were just sewer openings for people like you. I mean, I'm sorry, no, that came out wrong. There was a creature in there, and I don't know what that represented, and I'm still groggy from waking up. So
we just woke up, so we're sorry we're late, you guys.
Hello,
but thank you everyone for coming.
Pebbles and Half Pint and Spoof, Carla in here too. Hey, Carla.
Yeah.
And friends. I like to give a little bit of a pause in there.
Right.
And Lou's here.
Hi, everyone.
Gladys is in here. Melly. We're just rolling back through the scroll to see if anybody's, see if we're missing anybody. Dari was here. Maybe she still is.
Maybe she still is. Maybe Azare's here too.
It
might be.
I'm starstruck.
Hello, Azare, if you are. I wanted to look at something in here.
Yeah. Asuka says Rods was the cat. M. Night Shyamalan. The cat.
So, thank you guys for joining us for our special live tonight. Well, it's special to us. I mean, it might not be special to everyone, but it's special to us because it has to do with how we met.
Did we come up with this idea before or after? Yeah, it was before.
It was before.
Yeah, the whole don't thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to start?
Sure.
We met in Jeff's live.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding around.
We met in 5 people's different lives. Yeah. There you go. But you can start if you'd like. I'm looking for something.
I really don't know where to start except for the truth. I'm not going to code it around either. I was hanging around in a chat room that I was enjoying. They were very, very nice and patient with me. I was going through, a horrible time. It was in Pandora's chat room, and everything. They're very nice and helpful. And I mean, you can't deny the truth. You can't argue with facts. People try to, but we're not. And all of a sudden, this lovely little avatar started showing up and caught the eye of the creator host, and she was asked up onto the panel,
Yeah.
and then well, the rest is history.
What? That's it? Goodbye. No. I had been frequenting in this particular chat room for a while. I'm not sure exactly how long. Months. Not just there, but other places as well. I've been on YouTube for a long time. And years. And so I had been listening for a while. So I had heard Phil talking, probably seen him too, although he looks a lot different now than the first time I saw him.
Yeah.
But
How were you even? I look back and well, I mean, that's when I had really long hair and a really long beard, right?
yeah.
How were you even attracted to that? That was.
Well,
It looked like a hair monster took a big dump on my head.
well, that would be really shallow of me to just
That's
be
true.
interested in somebody's looks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was stuff that you were talking about.
And
And then I think when I found out, that you and I had things in common, probably, stuff in common, music
Like
and
love.
art and things like that, probably. But anyway, that's how it started. I mean,
sorry.
sorry, the banging and the clanging next door. But anyway, I had been listening for quite some time. I think months. I think it was months. And then I don't know if you want to say that I had gotten the courage to speak in the chat, in the actual chat, or what. Or I just felt that it was time instead of just lurking around. But then I finally spoke, and then I went up on panel. And I think that was around September the 3rd, I believe, of 2021.
Was that early September?
Yeah, I think it was like around
Oh,
September
that's
the
right.
3rd.
I kept thinking in my head. Well, anyway, yeah, it was September.
I believe it was around September the 3rd, 2021, when first time I went up on panel and spoke with Phil. And I think there was something immediately there between us. I think, whatever it was. At that time, I mean, obviously it's was too soon, I think, to say at that time, like, we fell in love or something, first time we heard each other or something. I don't know. There was definitely something, obviously, there, and for you that were there to witness it. I mean, you probably remember there was also a beautiful video that was made actually by Evelyn, capturing some of those beautiful moments between us. It's actually really special to us. So we listen to it a lot. I haven't listened to it in a while, but there were some times where I was listening to it pretty often. But anyway, I don't know how much more you want to get into as far as that about, all that happened. And then we went away for a while and, but I think behind the scenes, of not on YouTube, we were spending a lot of time getting to know each other, a lot of time texting, talking on the phone, a lot of private chats. We would set up private StreamYards, so we saw each other right away. I know we had somebody ask us one time, were we like talking for months and months and never said, no, I mean, we immediately saw each other. I mean, I don't remember who it was that asked that, but I was like, no, I mean, if somebody.
It was Sarah.
What?
Yeah.
I just thought, I thought, well, of course we, seen each other. I would have thought that there was something peculiar if
And it was somebody on here too.
Yeah, it was definitely someone on here. Not somebody in our personal lives. But we definitely saw each other right away. I mean, I would consider that kind of a red flag if somebody didn't want to show themselves, but
And it is.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
So, but yeah, behind the scenes, we spent a lot of times talking, like that. And um, we would send, to keep things, I don't know what you want to call it.
Spicy?
Keep things, no, well, to
Intriguing?
keep things, just to get to know each other better. We started sending each other stuff back and forth in the mail. We did a lot of that. I actually really missed that. It was fun getting little surprises in the mail, and I actually really enjoyed sending stuff off to, him in the mail, and
I remember
tea
one
and
time after a few boxes had come in and gone out, and Sarah was seeing this happening.
that's his daughter.
You had sent one and it had less hearts on
Oh,
it, and she was like,
what did
have
you
you do? You're slipping.
Yeah, so the next box that I sent him, I literally covered, you couldn't see any of the box at all because I literally covered every end, front, back, sides, everything with stickers all over it.
I still have those. I folded
He
them down.
kept the boxes. But those were wonderful times. I mean, of course, this is wonderful, obviously, actually being together. I wouldn't give that up for the world, but after talking from September of 2021, that following, I don't remember, we were planning on waiting longer to actually meet in person. And then finally I was like, it was me that was said like, why wait,
I would bet that Shelly would know where, she came in to where I was living at the time. And I was like, "Oh, to meet somebody," and then
and then I had already developed a friendship with his sister Shelly, and I had talked to her online and stuff, and I think we video chatted even. I think she was there, and you and I were video chatting, and even with your daughter. So
and I was talking about in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, way earlier,
Mm-hmm.
she heard your voice. And
yes.
You guys went back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But anyway, we decided to go ahead and get together and meet each other. And so I flew here in February of 2022. I believe that was.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, I'm looking at my little calendar book here. I'm making sure there's nothing on here in the back. But anyway, as you can see, all my little hearts I have here. See
Hearts.
So I had flown out on the 17th of February of 2022.
Yeah.
But and we were so excited. I don't even think we slept the night before. And backing up a little bit, I would say almost every night, Phil and I fell asleep together on the phone, and would wake up in the morning together. And so I was so worried because I think my plane left pretty early in the morning. I was so worried that I was going to miss my plane or something. But what had happened was the weather was really, really bad, and I had a layover. I was supposed to have a layover in Phoenix, but it got changed to Denver. And then I actually, no, it was the other way around. It was supposed to be Denver, and then I ended up, ended up changing to Phoenix, and I ended up having to spend the night.
It's a video.
I ended up having to spend the night in Phoenix, which was pretty horrifying. I actually went to school in college in Phoenix, and so it's pretty. I was in a pretty rough area. Matter of fact, the Uber driver said, "You need to do whatever you're going to do, and then go in your room and stay in there until tomorrow when you leave. To go back to the airport." So yeah, my flight was completely canceled. So I ended up having to stay the night in Phoenix. So at the last minute, I'm trying to find a hotel and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, I think you did stay on the phone with me all night because I said, I'm in a horrible area, so, and then the next morning, so I finally flew out on the 18th and got here on the 18th of February, and I believe I was here until March 9th.
Yeah.
I was here till March 9th. See all my hearts? I was here till March 9th. So I was supposed to get here on the 17th of February. I got here on the 18th, and I was here until March 9th. And I had a wonderful time getting to know Phil and getting to know his kids. For you guys that don't know, he has twins, a boy and a girl, and so I spent a lot of time, trying to get to know them, and also Phil's parents. What were we going to say?
Oh, one of the reasons why you're stuck is because did you say snowstorm?
Yeah, there was a snowstorm.
Yeah, because that's what I was looking for, the video, because I took a video of the snowstorm.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I knew that was going to happen. I was really afraid because, like I said, I was supposed to have a layover, and then that got changed. And then I remember it, my flight was delayed. And then finally they just completely canceled it. And I called him. I said, I'm not going anywhere today. I'm like, I am stuck in this airport. I could leave. So so we were frantically trying to find me a hotel. And so we finally did, and like I said, so and then the next day that I got here, and
Very resourceful.
I don't really remember what time I got here. It was in the afternoon, but Phil was waiting for me down the escalator, and it was. I feel it was really magical and wonderful, and we were very, very happy to see each other.
You're very tall.
I'm very tall,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like I don't know. I think because we really knew so much about each other, so I don't really feel like there was any awkwardness. I don't think, or anything between us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that there was really much awkwardness at all. Between us at all. I think there was a lot of excitement and just happy that that I was here, and I think it was just really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And but we did have a really great time, and I knew that that I would be back. I mean, that was something that we discussed, and we knew. It wasn't like, oh, let me come there and try you out like a used car or something.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that. Like I
Kick
needed,
the tires.
kick the tires, and take you around the block or something,
Put some miles on the engine.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was like that. We knew, I think you just know. And I think that we just knew. And especially I know that when I left and went back home to California, I just felt an emptiness. I think, it felt like part of me was missing. It felt like it just didn't feel right. I just I felt sick over it. Honestly, I really, really did. I felt really sad and really sick, and I just knew that that I felt like I just needed to get back here to him as soon as possible. However that looked, whatever that looked like. I wasn't really sure at that time, what that really, looked like of getting back here. But I knew that I just felt that I needed to. And because I think we even were going to wait on that too, but there was just no way that, there was just no way that I could have waited until the end of the year or something. I just didn't feel that, that either one of us could really do that. I just think that we just really, really wanted to, be together. And so that's what we did. Why don't you talk for a while?
I can't.
Why?
Why are you looking at your book upside down?
Because there's something in here
Oh.
that I'm looking for still. Why don't you talk for a while?
I don't do very well talking.
Yes, you do. You're the talker.
Mm-mm. Everyone's here to see you.
No, why not? Let's see.
Well, I'll greet people. Hey, Jason. Good to see you. Super.
Hi, you
I saw you
guys.
come in. Hello, Scott Black. In my dream, we came to your door and knocked on the door, and you weren't ready to fight evil yet. Don't know what it was. You were doing a chore or something. Not sure. I don't. Next door, I think they're building something.
Can
or
you guys hear it?
domestic violence? I don't know. We haven't figured it out yet.
Here, I never showed you this, but look at it. Don't just read it to yourself.
Was this on the plane going back, or
No, this is when I got home.
Oh.
And look. See? So, anyway, so I would say from March, what did I say, the 9th, until Phil came to California.
because they did go?
Yeah, and then we came back here together. I think we just spent more time getting to know each other, really, really missing each other, making our plans of what we're going to do, things like that. Getting my things packed that I knew that I was going to take with me, the other stuff that I was leaving until I go back and get the rest of that stuff. Trying to decide those kind of things. And then since I've been here in May, since May, it's hard to believe. It's already, it'll be 1 year, that I've been here. It's hard for me to believe that, honestly, that it's been that long already. But we have just spent, we finally, moved out from where we were, just staying temporarily with Phil's daughter. We got our own place, and but this is not, obviously our permanent home. But we were very excited, to get our own place, and even though it's kind of noisy sometimes.
Because if it is, this was the person, permanent place, I'd be going next door.
Yeah.
Just
But
saying.
we've just have spent this time, getting to know each other and just really having fun and then, enjoying our life. I feel like we've been really having a lot of fun and lots of more fun things to come, I think this year is going to be really good, I think. Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
We have a lot of things that are planned for this year. And so I think that's where we are right now with that. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions? I'm
Melissa
going to
said
go
something.
back and
Is there-
see.
Hopefully that Tam put one in
Hi,
there.
Tam. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Tam. Let me see. I want to go back to see if there's anything older that anybody asked.
Ellie's been, she was there.
Yes, Melly was there. A lot of people were there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think you may have asked something, Super, but it's gone. Because it looks like you may have asked something, but I don't see it anymore. So I'm sorry. If you want to ask it again, please ask it. No, Melly, we never spoke to each other until that live. That is correct.
She remembers me stuttering.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't understand really what was going on. And I actually thought that he didn't like me or that he was upset with me or that I had said something or did something because of what was going on the live. Because he kept disappearing and coming back. I couldn't understand why. I really couldn't. It was so funny. But then I figured it out, obviously.
There's some shenanigans going on in the room.
I know. Sorry, I'm still looking to see if there's oops, sorry you guys. Okay, well, here we go. Was there any culture shock going from California to here and settling in? I would say, Tam, it is a lot different here than California. I would say that it really is a lot different. I think people are friendlier here. I think people are friendlier here. I don't know about culture shock, but I would say it's different. Summer kind of felt like, I mean, it gets hot here, okay? I mean, it gets hot in California, but it was hot this summer. I mean, but I think you guys have more like, what, humidity, I think?
Yeah, there's more humidity.
More humidity here. And so that's kind of different. But I think that, I don't think it's been so much of a culture shock. I think there's some things in California that I miss. There's some like food places and things here that we don't, well, there's places here obviously that are not in California, but there's a lot of places in California that they do not have here. And so I kind of miss those kind of some places, but I've found some other really great places. And to be honest with you, this state has some really good food. I mean, I probably have had some of the best, I don't want to say the best, but some really good, I will say. I've had some really good Mexican food here. I've had some really good Asian food. So, I mean, that's been great. But I think most of all, I think people are really friendly here. This is what I want to say. Is people are very, very friendly.
We do have a question someplace, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I just wanted to look to see
No,
if
that's
there were any questions here before I started answering the other
Tam,
questions.
yeah, that was a good question.
Thank you so much for your question, Tam. That was wonderful.
Gladys was asking about the actual food places.
Like,
we
like, what do you mean, Gladys? Like, what places we don't have here that they have in California?
She may want regional names so she can find out where we are.
I'm not going to.
Could be. Sorry, we don't trust you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be friendly. Sounds friendly, but there's a bit of non-trust.
Yeah.
It's okay. You'd be the same way. Oh, you are the same way.
Yeah.
The Red Lobster. That is funny. Go with Spoof. Spoof said she was lurking back then, but I do remember being around
Right.
a bit because there was a big melee or something. Anyway, history is history.
So I know that there are some questions, and I think I'll go ahead and start going through those.
That's cool.
I know there's not a whole lot, but there's a few. Let me just.
It seems I'm being exposed next.
Let's see. So let's go ahead and start with these. The first question was asked by Pebbles. I don't know if you're here, Pebbles.
Pebbles is.
Hi, Pebbles. We love Pebbles.
Yep.
She wants to know, will you write your own wedding vows?
Good question.
That's a great question. And we've actually discussed this. And I think, yes, I think we will. We've talked about this. So, yeah, we're planning on doing that. Let's see. Scott Black asks, what values do you both share and how do you settle differences? That's a great question, too. I would say, well, you can speak too, but I think things that we share is like, we, I don't know if you want to call them values, but I mean, obviously, in regards to our relationship, we both believe in being honest with each other and communication. I think those things are really important. Honesty, communication, and I feel like, and I think this is for any relationship, I think when you have a disagreement, I think it's important to not stay mad at each other long. You know?
And we have. I mean, you're not going to
Oh,
have a
yeah.
real relationship.
You can't
haven't.
have a really. I mean, that would just be silly for me to go. We never have an argument, because we do. We're just like everyone else. You're gonna have. It's not anything big. It's usually over. Just silly stuff. But you're gonna have disagreements. It'd be unrealistic to say that you don't.
The biggest thing is me doing things for you. You know how I
Yeah.
try to overdo it, and
Mhm.
I end up doing things, and
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very independent, and I mean, he wants to do everything for me, and I'm really not used to that. And I like to, and a lot of people would say, well, gosh, that's not if that's the only problem you have. Some people would probably really like that, maybe for somebody to do everything for them. But I'm very independent, and I'm used to doing things for myself. And so I'm trying really hard to allow him to do things for me.
like the driving thing, or knowing where you
Oh
are.
my gosh, yeah. I mean, like, I don't even drive since I've been here, and I hate that, to be honest with you.
She does.
Because I think what happens is then uh, you don't know your way around, and that's I don't like that. I've been here almost a year, and I'm starting to pay more attention, so I kind of know where I'm at and stuff. But I think you really learn where you are and how to get around is by driving yourself.
Yeah. What do I do now? I ask you if you want
He
to
asked
drive.
me if I want to,
Yeah.
and I've said no, but I feel like even that too. It's like, I'll drive when I want to.
Oh,
don't
wow.
don't offer me. Don't say, hey, do you want to drive? No, I'll drive when I want to. Kind of a thing. But it's just stuff like that. Silly things like that. But we definitely, it's nothing big or anything, and we just settle differences by talking things out. We don't stay mad at each other. I don't believe in going to bed, angry, and things like that. So,
Because that's just wrong.
well, yeah, it is wrong. I mean, and time wasted.
And if you go to bed angry, you probably have, like cattle prods and chains and leather things.
Well,
of
I
some-
just think it's
some sort.
silly, So, oh boy, I hear sirens.
I hope they're coming here.
Yeah.
Well, not for us.
The next set of questions come from, and I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with her, but Cuttlefish Love, which I don't know if you're here, Cuttlefish, but I really like her a lot. She's nice. She doesn't come in here that often, but she may lurk. But she did ask several questions. The first one she says is, when did you first realize your feelings were becoming deeper than what you'd expect with a YouTube acquaintance? I would say pretty quickly. I mean, in the beginning, like even in just those first few days, I think we knew that there was something there, and or we probably wouldn't have proceeded, I guess, on with anything. There wouldn't have been, an exchange of personal information to each other and of how to get a hold of each other. I think that, we immediately pretty much knew that there was something. How far did we know it would go? I mean, I don't think I knew like in date, the first week. It
was early September, I think, and I had typed in "I heart you," and I thought, well, that's a good. You're not saying the words, you're not typing the words out, but it's sort of like you're conveying, the way you feel.
right.
And I had the send button underneath my thumb, and she was just like, "Why don't you just say it to me?"
Mm-hmm.
And I went click, 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 backwards, and then I did.
You did.
And it was early too.
Yeah,
because
it was early.
I'm sorry, from whatever, if you go through, and what I've learned early on, and this goes back to before you were around, and then it's still today, I mean, whatever, but when you're going through the grieving process, nobody can rush you, and if there's a spark of someone in your life that that's going to change your life and be an integral part and be very wonderful. I mean, why would you say no? I'm doing this other thing. I got to go through this other process first, because you just shouldn't have a time frame for any of that stuff.
Right.
And there's plenty of there's plenty of YouTube videos and stuff because I did scour it for a while, listening to different people.
Right.
I sort of stuck on this one lady that was the happy widower, I think.
Yeah.
And her story is horrible, but she always said that there's no time limit on anything.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. There was another dude who was like, "Fuck your kids. Whatever you want to do is what you do." And I was like, I'm not going to watch him very much longer.
No.
You know. But she was very nice, and it was almost like, sitting in the living room talking with somebody,
Right.
a friend or whatever. That's the way she came across. So
Yeah, I remember you telling me about her, and I remember watching some of her videos, and she did meet somebody and
Yeah, she did.
remarry. So yeah, I hope she's happy in her
but
life.
her situation. That's why I learned about anticipatory grieving. When her and her husband, he worked for the military, and he worked with jet fuel, and it gave him cancer. They didn't tell him that, but there were a lot of people probably on his crew that also died. And and it was like a year and a half, something like that, before he died, that they got the diagnosis, and it was terminal, and he was going to die. So from then on, she was like, from then on, that's how I grieved. Is
Right.
from
She
then.
started grieving already. Yeah.
And that's pretty much. I hate to say pretty much the entire time I was with Donna, there was something there. I mean, because we were together for 23 years, something like that, 24 years. But it was, I knew there was something up, and it was very hard to get her. She was a horrible patient. It was very hard to get her to do anything doctor wise. But I knew something was up. And then that last weekend when she said, I'm not gonna make it through this heat. That's what happened there. And then when, I was taking it out on, drinking and being online and stuff, which wasn't a good, I knew there wasn't a future in that.
Right.
And then when we weren't looking, either one of us were looking.
No.
But then when you were called up to be on panel, when you were asked to be on panel, you were, and then that was an extremely fun time, because there would be some times where, and it was fun being in there too. That's the days that I really enjoyed were those times in there, because there was lots of talk in the chat rooms and stuff. I think a lot of stuff went to hell right after that, but the being able to, and I saw it today. I was going to bring it up to you. I saw it today happen too. When you can be in a really chatty, panel, and be able to hear one person and be able to talk to one person, there's something there. And I saw it today or yesterday. Daria said hi, and nobody said, "Hi, Daria, how you doing? How you doing?" You know what? Azari answered. And I said, I know how that feels, and I know what's up with that, and I think that's a very special thing. So there, I recognized it in other people, and I haven't seen it since. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'll explain later, people that are listening.
So I think I'll go ahead and go on. There's several questions from
please do.
Cuddlefish. There's several of them. So let me go on to the next. Let's see. I don't know. You need to be answering some of these too. So let's see. The next one, it says, was it difficult to convey to the other from a distance that real feelings had developed?
No.
I don't think so at all. It felt so natural, and so
Right.
there, like I said, even when we met in person, there was no awkwardness at all. I mean, I felt like I had known him for years and years.
You did stomp on the flowers.
Yeah, I did stomp on flowers that he gave me. Yeah,
But
I didn't realize that I was stepping on.
We were kissing.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in the car, and I didn't even know that I was stepping on. I felt so horrible.
This was a country song in the writing, because she was stomping on flowers while we were in the front seat of a truck. So I mean, that's a country
That's
song
so funny.
right there.
Absolutely. So hopefully that answered your question, Cuddlefish. I'm going to move on to the next one because she has several of them. These are all still from Cuddlefish Love. When did you realize your feelings were becoming deeper than what you'd expect with a YouTube acquaintance? Or did I read that one already? Yes, I'm sorry. I read that one already. Okay, the next one. Without getting too personal, what has been the most surprising thing you've learned about the other since living together? Something that you didn't learn through the tons of conversations you'd had before that point. Let's see. Without getting too personal, what has been the most surprising? Um, Maybe just how much you want to do everything for me. I don't know.
I
Is there
recognize the
anything
same thing in my
surprising?
sister too. She
Really?
does exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it could be just the way you were brought up.
It could be a controlling thing too.
Well, it could be.
Yeah, but I don't look at it that way.
No, no, but some people might look at it that way. Yeah,
Because hers is totally nurturing.
yeah.
Mine could be a controlling thing, but I think it's totally nurturing.
Well, I think
because
you're
I don't
trying
think I
to-
want it to be done a certain way. I don't think there's any reason for you to do everything.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
really hard for me to sit in here while you're in there cooking. But that's the way you like it. So I'm trying to get used to that. And then when you
Right.
bring me food, I like how you're asking lately, because it takes kind of the pressure off me that I think you're going to bring me food. It's really complicated. You guys want to hear this? We can go. But when you
have
ask
to
me,
learn to get to know what each other likes,
Yeah.
right? I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
do you want me to serve you food, or do you want to help yourself?
like SNL, come here,
Let me
Like
feed
a
you
bird.
like a baby bird.
like a baby bird. But
Arr, arr.
but yeah, if it's that, I don't know. I don't know anything about my brother. I don't know if he does the same
Yeah.
thing. I know that he.
But does your
Cleans.
mom do that with your dad? I mean, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
You grew up with it and saw.
Well, she
the
did say nobody should take care of you, any of you.
Mm,
You should be doing things for yourself, and
Mm.
mostly for Shelley. But
right. Mm.
that I think. I mean, she taught us to do everything: laundry,
Right.
dishes,
I mean,
cleaning the floors.
Don't get me
all
wrong.
stuff.
I'm happy that he knows how to, cook some things,
Or recognize
do
that-
laundry, clean.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
or
God,
recognize that the fact that the sink is full of dishes and need to be done,
right.
and not thinking somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah, and not expect me to do everything. So, so I think for me, what I maybe is the fact that I knew that he, obviously was, taking care of himself. So, but maybe some of those things were a little bit surprising. Not, I mean, I wouldn't say shocking, but, and just the fact that he likes to do everything for me, maybe. How about you? Is there anything that you're surprised about, or,
A few things. What's the next question?
Why don't you don't want to say? What? You don't want to say?
Let me whisper.
Don't say it loud.
Okay, let me think.
Foghorn.
Let me think. Let me think.
Say it quietly.
And sensually.
Come on, say it quietly in my ear.
I think you know. What? Let me think though. Really
Next question.
substance. Let's see.
Yeah. Surprising thing that you learned about the other.
Surprising, and I think you surprised everyone with this on how, if you're going after somebody, how loud and angry you can get. That surprised me.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
That's great. That's wonderful, because I know it'll never be pointed at me, because what am I going to do?
Sit there and take it.
And then there's that other stuff too.
Wink.
hmm
Okay, moving right along. Still from Cuttlefish Love. Are you living in your forever permanent home, or did you choose a place in state, city as temporary locale with future plans later on?
Yeah.
We are definitely not living in our future or our permanent home. And honestly, we are not sure yet where we're going to land.
It
We
could
don't
be.
know.
It could be Ohio.
It could be Ohio.
I-
It could be
I-
Oklahoma.
I want to live in
um,
northern Ohio, if you get my meaning.
It could be Ohio. It could be Oklahoma.
Not really.
I don't know.
Hell, it could be Denver. Who knows?
We're really honestly unsure.
It could be Arizona.
There's a few places where I've been looking at houses online.
North Texas. It could be a lot of
Yeah,
places.
it could be North Texas, parts of Oklahoma. So we're not really quite sure yet, but no, we're definitely not in our permanent home. We may be in the state, where we end up. Definitely not the city. And that's all I know for now. That's all I know.
I'm really, really trying to pay attention to super stuff because, again, he's retracting before I get a chance to.
I know.
I hate your policy of being worried about. Well, I hate it, but I appreciate it because I understand about your social media footprint. But I don't know if I'm missing important stuff that you're saying. So
if there's anything important, please ask it again.
maybe you can send a note to Melly or somebody, and she can post the question because I'm afraid I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Super, and I don't want to piss you off or disappoint you.
Well, I just don't want to be unfair if he has a question that he wants to ask.
Look at all the retraction things. I think maybe he's retracting stuff that's important.
Well, okay. Moving right along now to more questions of Cuttlefish Love. Let's see here. She's also asking, do you have future plans to get married, or is the marriage certificate not as important at this moment? You don't have to answer, she says. If it's too personal, please accept my apologies. She's so sweet. Yes, we're planning on getting married sometime this year. I don't know when. It could be towards the end of the year. But we have talked about it, like where we want to get married, how we're going to get married. We've discussed things. I have a few places in mind, even down to the food. Even down to the food we've discussed that we want to have. So yes, there are some future plans. It may not be until towards the end of the year, not sure. But definitely that is a plan. The next question from Cuttlefish Love is, what was your first date like? Anxious, maddening, funny, romantic? Well, as you can imagine, when I got here, I was so tired and I didn't get any sleep the night before. I didn't get any sleep the night before. Really, I did not. Being stuck in Phoenix and blah, blah, blah. And just being anxious to get here. We didn't really do anything that night. But I'm sure the next day we did. But honestly, it's kind of a blur to me. But I just know that we just had so much fun. I mean, we went to so many different places, and I'm sure it was something we went out and ate or something, but I can't remember. I'm sure it was, I don't want to say it wasn't memorable, but I honestly can't remember exactly. Honestly, in that amount of time, from February 18th, we'll say, till March 9th, there was stuff that was going on every day. It just seems like we were just doing stuff every day because, as you can imagine, I was trying to not only get to know Phil, but I was trying to get to know his family, and I was trying to spend as much time, with all of them as I could. I know that we had gone out to eat one evening with Phil's kids and their significant others, and that was really fun. And then went out to eat a few times with Phil's parents, as well as Phil's sister and her now husband. I even cooked one evening for his parents, and I enjoyed that. Anyway.
Well, Mom was gone.
Yeah,
was gone. It was like, is that going to bubble over?
I know. Well, I felt nervous. I didn't want to cook in somebody else's kitchen, I just, I don't know. But let's see here. I think there was some more questions. I think that was her last question, but I think
you see her in there, right?
She's here.
Cuttlefish.
Hi, Cuttlefish. How are you?
Yeah, she was Laura's looking at the questions.
I just answered your questions, honey.
She's been in here for a little while.
Yeah. Hopefully you heard the answers. Let's see. We're going to the next ones here. I think there's just a couple more. Oh, these ones are also from Pebbles. There's a few of them on here. She wants to know, who laughs more, you or me?
We both do.
I think we both do. I think I laugh a lot, and I think we make each other laugh a lot.
And then there's times when you laugh at me.
There are times when I
Why are you on the floor? Get up. Ha ha ha. You know, like that?
No.
You don't do that?
We laugh a lot. We really do laugh a lot.
That was
I
just
think
made up.
I think we make each other laugh,
Yeah. and
right?
That's new to me.
Making each other laugh.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we equally laugh, and we make each other laugh, which is really important. I think humor is like so important. I mean, let's face it. I mean, people like they marry somebody and they're, they may be like really attracted to them or whatever. Well, when all that fades, what are you left with?
Yeah.
I mean,
or
you know?
abruptly stops because there was one time where I went, oh, hold on. What happens if something happens and it's something I can't deal with, but I'm stuck. I have to stay in the, nothing, that was dumb. That was months ago and nothing's happened like that. And I don't think anything will. I think it was just a fleeting thought in my head about that because it's not, this is way easy. So
Yeah, it is easy. But I think that, humor is really important. I mean, so, but let's see. Who is more romantic?
you're 50-50?
I think it's pretty equal with that as well. I think, I think so. It's pretty, I think both of us are equally.
I mean,
I think-
granted, and this goes back, blended a little bit with the, when we go places together and I drive and stuff, but there has to be times where you go out by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And there has to be times where I go out by myself
And you
because
have.
then it will be easier to say, get you flowers if I want
Right.
while I'm out doing something else. And you
Right.
won't know.
Right. And you have gone out some places without me because I wasn't feeling well. I mean, when I say that, I'm not like he's out carousing around.
Right, I'm leaving, slam.
No, like he went to go pick up, like he went to the store, and got a few things.
Right.
You went and picked up some medicine for me over at the pharmacy,
I went and bought an aquarium heater. You're
did.
like, go get it yourself.
Well, I was with you. I just didn't go in.
Well, that was that time. You remember
Yeah.
when it was shocking over here?
Oh, that happened.
You're like,
yeah.
You're like,
I didn't feel like going.
You need to go
Yeah.
pick that
But
up.
I mean, I have no problem with him if he wants to go,
It's just, when you're with somebody like this, like we are, and yeah, that was a hamster. Ooh, wow. Anyway, when you're with somebody, I didn't know if this was in my mind or if this happens to other people too, is when, because I don't think it's an adolescent thing. It's kind of weird. Because when I go someplace, all I want to do is get back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But
No.
somebody out there, like a Miller-esque type person, would say, "Come on, grow a pair."
Right.
That's beta talk or whatever.
Or that's being controlling.
Or being
but it's
controlling or whatever.
not.
But it's not because for a natural feeling that is always there, and then you go someplace.
Right.
The thing is to get the task done and get back.
Yeah.
Because that's the safety zone. That's the comfort zone. That's where home is,
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
where I want to be.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to get back to the other person. So also Pebbles is asking, who is chitter and who is chatter?
That's a good one.
Well, honestly, there is a meaning, honestly, or a story, I guess you will say, behind chitter chatter, because I would say that I started like listening to certain people, like when I discovered Phil, where I met him on that channel.
Yes.
I said that I enjoyed the chittering and the chattering, I guess, the chitter chatter, I said, of, people talking, that I could like put it on and, listen to, people talking, chitter chatter. So that's where chitter chatter came from. As far as who's chitter and who's chatter with us, I don't know. I think I don't know. In some ways, I think I talk more than you do, but in some ways, I don't know.
No,
Are you chitter and I'm chatter?
we're both. We're
We're both chitter and chatter?
We're both
Okay.
the both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see here.
She says cool.
Yeah. Do you prefer vintage over modern?
Mm.
I definitely like old stuff. I don't need a new house. I don't need new, things in my house.
Right.
I love old stuff. Old dishes, old jewelry. I love old books. I love
Yeah.
the smell of old books. I enjoy all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's some stuff that I enjoy having new, of course. But
A
I
good
think
reliable vehicle.
yeah, a good
That's
reliable
newer or
vehicle. Yeah,
whatever.
that's newer. I mean, I don't want to be driving some 1920 vehicle or something
Yeah.
around.
And when it comes
You
to that,
know,
what I think of is old tanks or whatever. Well, you can always
right?
fix old tanks, and so getting an old tank is cool. But then you modernize it with the way you seal it, or what you do on the inside of it, or a car. Lately, I've been watching these things where they take old cars and put the shell part of it on a brand new chassis, which makes it ride better and stuff and whatever. So I like the old books also,
Yes,
and
you
old
do.
tools, specific
Yeah,
old tools. I don't like just you know all old tools because that's
right.
just dumb. But specific old tools that are unique, I think are pretty cool.
Yeah,
And I'll have my own collection. But then we have the eye. Obviously, we know how to sell the stuff,
yeah,
and the people that made fun of us, you know where you can go because it's proven
yeah,
and we knew it would be
yeah.
when it comes to that kind of
And
stuff.
we'll be getting into that more once we move.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that kind of stuff from here.
We'll have
But,
things laid out and take everyone on tours and stuff of what we have and what we
right,
got and
lots of stuff.
and,
Yeah,
and be vague about how much money we made from it. But
yeah,
you could pretty much sustain a business in doing what we do.
probably. Yeah,
But we just don't have the room
but
right
we
now.
just don't have the room right now to really make that work. So. But anyway, let's see. If Phil owned his own fish store, what would he name it?
That's a good one. I thought for a minute and then I forgot. I don't. For all the different channels and stuff that I go to, there's some channels that are named cool names that I'd like to have a fish store. There's one called Father Fish in Florida. I thought that was pretty cool. Wet Sleeves
Huh.
is a cool thing. Wet Sleeves Fish Store or aquariums or something. I don't know. I don't know what my son's gonna open up a fish store. I've never ever thought about having a fish store. It's a good question. Uh, I don't know. Aquariums are us. Fish are. I don't know. I'm really welcome to the stream. That's a really good one. It would probably be called that. Welcome to the stream, and I can meet everyone at the door and hold the door open.
Mhm.
That's a good one. We're gonna go with that
There
name.
you
Welcome to the stream.
There you go. Okay, and let's see. She also asked, Pebbles asked, if you won the lotto, would you tell your family? Would you tell us? My answer to that is no and no.
And I would say yes.
Huh.
And then nana nana boo boo.
Hmm.
Not really. All the times that I've asked for different addresses and stuff. God, that really sounded weird. When I ask for addresses and things, it's not to be an asshole. It's not to be weird or anything like this. It's for reasons. So the people that I have their addresses, they would benefit.
Right. Well, I'm
So-
not saying I wouldn't help anybody, but I wouldn't go around telling everyone. I don't think that's
Yeah.
a wise thing to do.
Right.
I wouldn't do that. I
'Cause
wouldn't
that
tell.
would
I wouldn't
just
tell
up
a
the
soul.
troll ante a lot, wouldn't it?
Well, I wouldn't tell a soul. I don't know. I kind of have a problem with that a little bit. It's kind of like a person at church on Sunday who, gets up in front of everybody and makes a big to do about how they're donating a bunch of money in the,
Exactly.
you know what I
And
mean?
we've
It's
talked
like,
about that recently too.
yeah.
So,
I mean,
which is horrible.
if you're going to help somebody, I think you should do it for the right reasons and don't be bragging and, you don't got to keep talking about how you helped somebody.
Yeah, because then
you
you
know,
find
you
yourself
did some-
lonely in a chat room
You
full
know,
of two people that are dicks. So if you get my meaning.
I think so. I think no, I wouldn't tell my family, and no, I wouldn't tell anybody on here. But it doesn't mean that I wouldn't be helping people.
Right. I mean,
I
'cause why
definitely
not?
would,
I mean, 'cause
and I have.
it's-
So
It's
You know?
it's silly to hoard it all. I mean, you're
Yeah.
going to take care of some
Well,
things,
we're-
and then
it all depends on how much you're going to win too. I mean, are we talking, are we talking, $50,000, or are we talking,
Right.
are we talking $50 million? There's a big difference in that. I
Right.
did know a guy that I worked with years ago who'd won about $2 million. I'll tell you, $2 million is not a lot of money. He still had to work, And so
And-
it's not a lot of money.
And I have to
You will go through that just like that, probably.
I have to disagree with you
Oh,
because
well, he had to work, so he still worked.
I would probably have.
I don't think that's that much money. I mean, yeah,
I can make up jokes and stuff. Whatever.
by the time taxes and things like
Sure.
that, and by the time he, paid things off and whatever, but he
Sure.
still found that he had for himself, he had to work.
I bet he had a lot of cousins.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
That came
he
out of the
gave,
woodwork.
and that's another reason why I feel too that I just wouldn't tell anybody.
Yeah, I get it.
Let me help because I want to, not because people are standing there with their hands out. So, but anyway, I think that may be the last question as far as what was asked on our community page. But I don't know if there's other questions.
Okay. Thanks, Lou.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's a good name. That's a good question for cuttlefish. I will wait for the answer.
There's another question.
Melly is asking, where did cuttlefish come up with that name?
Oh,
Because there is a fish actually named cuttlefish, and I can't remember where it's from, or I can't remember anything about it. So, well, groggy for a minute, Kathy R.
hi Kathy. How are you?
When we woke up, it was
Nice to see you here.
I heard you tinkering around,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, I thought I had a cat attached to my hand, and
You were dreaming.
I was dreaming, and then I was like, hold on, what time is it? 8:04. We have a place to be.
Yeah, exactly, Tam. The IRS gets almost half of it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, hey, that's
Depending on what kind of lifestyle that you're wanting, you may or may not have to work.
that's when you go and live on Ruby Ridge.
Yeah, well. Ruby Ridge.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You gave 6 donuts to a hobo this week.
That's
That's great.
It's 6. Did he
How
have
come you didn't give 10?
or did he eat them all? Right at all of it?
Were they donuts or donut holes?
I saw the avatar. I'm in love with
Let's see.
Who picked
Yes.
the name?
We're doing fine. We're doing pretty good, I would say. I think we're doing fine, Kathy. Thank you. It's been a
We're 13.
long week.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
And we
it's been a
have just as
week.
long week next week.
Yeah. Appointments, whatnots.
Tomorrow night's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We get to go have dinner.
Yeah. We're going to be going out to dinner tomorrow with Phil's daughter and her boyfriend and Phil's son and his wife. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that actually. It'll be nice.
Me too. And to save money, we're just gonna stand at the table and watch them eat. Hurry up! Let's go. There's people that want to sit down at this table. Let's go.
Some people might actually believe that, so.
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
We'll just go in the kitchen and do the dishes, right?
Half eaten donuts. Yeah, we'll go, and it'll be free because we'll do all the dishes.
That's funny, but yeah, we're planning on taking them out to dinner tomorrow night, so that'll be nice. It'll be. I'm actually really looking forward to it. So we're going somewhere where I don't think any of us have been.
I don't even think they've been there.
I don't think they've been there or anything. I've definitely not been there. We're not
going to say the name of it. 'Cause I
No,
don't
we're
know
not
if
going to
it's-
say the name of it or
it's
anything.
a franchise or if it's here
I just think it's here,
in Arkansas.
and I don't want to even say the name of it,
Little
but
Rock.
I chose it. I did some research. It looked like a really fun place to go, and so I think that they'll like it. So. Break dancing at the soup kitchen.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I went to get my glasses June-ish, early June of 2020, 2021. And there were there was like a barbershop quartet type dudes standing around a barrel on fire, singing. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, do you like your new governor? Hold on, let me go see if I like the new governor. I don't know the new governor's name. I didn't know there was a new governor. Let's see here. Hold on. I will say we're going to go. Do we have plans to go Sunday and sit there and kill two birds with one stone, watch a game and sleep, and visit the parents?
I don't know.
Okay, great.
I haven't decided what I'm doing. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling.
I'm not really
on
going
Sunday.
by myself, so it doesn't matter.
I guess it depends on how I feel on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh hell no! I hate her.
Let me see.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh gosh, no.
She's a mouthy
Yeah.
punk and delusional. Yeah, I just listened to her the other day say, "Oh, she was the rebuttal for the State of the Union, and she was put in charge of that because everyone was like, "You go do it. We don't want to do it." Yeah, I can't say that I liked her dad or didn't like her dad or whatever, but I don't like her. I didn't like her when she was Speaker of the White House or whatever that was, the liaison or whatever, because she lied a lot. And I can't see how people would actually hire her to be governor.
Wasn't the dad kind of like that too?
I can't remember. There was something about him, but I can't remember what it was because all my focus then, a few years ago, back when she was the White House person, before they got the really horrible one, what was her name? McCann? Yeah. Before they got her, she was super duper horrible, but I can't say about dude. Do you super like Sarah Huckabee Sanders? She is the youngest governor in the country. Great. That's cool. I hope she's going to turn out to be the best governor in the nation. That would be better than being the youngest, because who cares? Yep. She is very much so.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Melly.
We watched a movie this morning called Stepmom for no reason other than it had some actors in it I wanted to watch. And
It's an old movie.
I wanted a quiet movie, so it fit the bill. And, in a movie, she's claws out lately. In a movie when you don't like certain characters, and you're like, I do this. You kept reminding me, it's just a movie. Go back to sleep. And I was like, yeah, but if they do a good job of acting, you don't like the characters.
Right.
But anyway, it was not surprising, but it was refreshing to see a good movie like this.
Yeah, that was that old movie with Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon, right? Yeah, yep, that's exactly right. Yep, I think it's a good movie.
Yep,
it's a sad movie though, but I like it. But he had never seen it before, and it was funny. I didn't even have to look. I could hear the voices, and I was like, "Oh, I know what movie that is."
This is how I found it. I wanted to watch a Robin Williams movie, so I typed in the search engine on Netflix, Robin Williams,
right?
And this movie
and Julia Roberts came up.
So I don't. It did come up with other Robin Williams movies, like The Butler, and there was another one that came up, RV or something like this. But I noticed her face, and I was like, "Huh, wonder why she came up."
Right.
But I want to watch what I started watching a little while ago was that Hillbilly Elegy is what it's called, and it's weird that it's between Ohio and Kentucky. Strange. I started watching that a little bit, and I didn't realize before a few years ago, I can say this, a few years ago, I was told we weren't going to watch it because it was either horrible or sad or terrible or whatever. Anyway, I didn't really listen. But it's a Ron Howard movie, and so therefore I want to watch it because he's a national treasure.
Right.
I don't care about anything, his politics or whatever. I think he's a nice.
Ron Howard?
I don't even know about his politics, but figure somebody's over there saying, "No, he kills children" or something, out of the ordinary like that.
You want something?
No.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I do. Sorry, you guys. I'm digging in this jar of candy.
Yeah, it's a cool jar.
See it?
For free. Of course, the candy wasn't for free.
Pioneer Woman. It's Pioneer
It's
Woman canister. I have the set of them for free.
Super, that's pretty cool. I planned on it because I had forgotten that Clint Eastwood was in that movie, and it intrigued me, so it's on my list. but I will definitely watch it now, probably tonight. Yeah, yeah. I remember one time. This was in Every Which Way But Loose. Clint Eastwood carried an engine block. It was. I mean, it was a small engine block, but still was an engine block. It was empty, I think. But anyway.
When I hear about car stuff, it reminds me of the guy over here with the battery.
Yeah. Yeah, it's upside down. He was like, this thing has water in it. And I was like, no shit. It's supposed to have water.
There was a guy, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a guy that was coming over here every day. I mean, at late and early morning hours, wanting us to give him a jump start. And we saw that there was a battery on his porch and we couldn't understand. And we finally asked, and it turns out that he was trying to get the liquid out of it, the water out of it. He literally had it upside down. I was like, does he not know that that's supposed to be in there?
First off, I noticed this battery on his porch and it was on concrete. I was like, you don't do that.
No.
Son, you don't do that. And so he went up and lifted it up and he was like, it's like this. And I thought, well, it's on a tilt. It's on a tilt. I wonder why. Hold on. That thing's upside down. And he lifted it up and he was shaking it.
He's like, I'm trying to get all the liquid
out of it. Do you hear
that?
There's water in it. I was like, dude.
It's supposed to be in there.
Come here. But he was the same guy that when we got it running, when we finally got it in there and got it running, and you wouldn't expect it. I didn't expect this, but whatever. He was so happy. He jumped out and hugged me for the longest time. I mean, he was just hugged me and his car was running and I was like, yeah. And then I never saw him again.
It was, we don't know what happened to him, but I was honestly starting to get a little bit irritated with him because he was coming over like at 2 and 3 in the morning.
Yeah, he was.
I couldn't even come out to my kitchen because he would see me from across the way, the light go on, and he would immediately like dart out of his house, I think, and come over here to our house and be banging on the door.
I did have a talk with him though.
He was he finally, because he said, hey, she's not going to answer. I told him, I'm not going to answer the door. If you're not here or if you're sleeping and it's, I'm not going to answer the door. I don't answer the door for anyone. So.
And then when his brothers would walk past us while we were working on his car and give him shit. And pick on him because they were all drunk on stuff. And then I didn't see him again.
No.
And then one day, one of the brothers showed up and said, sir, could you help me with my vehicle? I heard you're really good with those. And I was like, of course. I went out there and when we were done, he was like, hey man, if you need anything, you come over and get us. I was like, right. Yeah, I will. But now they turned out to be a bunch of Michael Vick. So anyway, what do we got going?
And that's all we'll say about that.
The kitty's inside the tank again. Yeah. And listen to her. Just jump. Jump. Come on, Opal.
Come on.
She's looking at her like she got herself into this. She can get herself out.
I might have to go get her.
You know what? She's pretty good at getting out. Anyway. What Tam say that's cool? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Like 29 Palms, something like that. That is cool. That's where my brother was. I think.
Really?
I think so. Because every time I heard, when he was in, every time I heard 29 Palms by, was it 29 Palms by Robert Plant? It was early.
Oh, wow. Tam says my dad and Clint went to the same high school in boot camp.
29 Palms?
Yeah.
Probably, unless he says no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting.
I probably have that all mixed up. Nope. that song.
Look at this one. Why tunnel through the sewers to Red Lobster? Who said anything about tunneling through sewers?
It's just blending of different things to be a good troll. You're such a good troll, Gladys. Sweet pea. That's a sweet pea. She's caught.
It's all those towels in my mouth.
Ah, gotcha. Did she smell some essence that she really liked?
It's never a dull moment around here.
No, it's not. Fort Ord. He's open.
What are you doing?
Oh, I see, yeah. It's cool, we'll get in a little while. There's the other one. See, she made it out. She made it out of the barrel. She's in rushy around mode. At any moment now, she looks like she'd hop on your head and then hop on her shelf. All right. Any more questions?
Have anything else they want to talk about? Hi.
She's 7 months.
Almost.
Kathy was asking. She's very sweet, but she gets this thing where she slobbers.
Yeah, a lot of young cats do that. Like I think when they get stimulated, when they're excited and happy, they will drool. And she is a huge drooler.
I think she tried to moderate somebody.
Maybe.
Okay.
She may try to or delete somebody or something.
Yeah. So if you get deleted, it's her fault, not ours. Sorry. But yeah, so now the future, we'll get a house somewhere around. We talked about it a little bit, but we definitely want. I mean, we're not going to go all crazy and have a sound studio and a whatever. We want an artistic space without sounding too hippie-ish. That we'll have a portion of it set up with chairs like this, so we can do our lives like this,
right? Because
it's important to us to be on camera. The setup in here, I'm usually right across the way over there, and Laura's right here in her chair, and we can see each other. It's just easier that way. We had to move some things around to get this going.
Yeah, the house that we're living in is really, really small. It's tiny. I don't even know how many square feet this is. It's tiny.
It's not. It's like 600, 500.
Yeah, maybe like 560 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's small. It's tiny. But we purposely chose tiny. I'm sorry, you guys. I have cat hair on me.
Mm.
That's what I get for kissing kitties.
Okay. Yeah, we had one of these. We had this is one of the 2 chairs that we got for free inside of a couple's house
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
up in the city someplace, and they
It's
helped
really
us load
nice.
us. They were really nice, but the other one wouldn't, and they worked fine. When we
Yeah,
got
I don't
it
know
here,
what happened. I don't know if when we moved it into here, something got.
because
I don't know, moved.
I rolled it across the yard.
I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know what happened. Something happened to it because it wouldn't close down anymore. It's a reclining chair, and the part where you put your legs would not close down anymore.
Yeah.
And we messed with it. And we just couldn't get it to whatever. So we got rid of it.
That's when we saw it on Facebook Market for $50.
Right. Yeah, we
'Cause
put it out front and then I posted it, and that somebody can come and get it, and that there's obviously something wrong with it. Well, somebody down the way did get it. They came and got it, and then we saw them repost it on Marketplace saying that they were getting rid of it because they're moving.
Guess what? They're still
and
there.
they couldn't bring it with them or whatever, and that they were trying to get $50 for it. Do you believe that?
Yeah, well,
It is so funny.
survival mode, but still.
But we knew it was our chair, that we had just a short time, People are so funny.
They are. Come here. Everyone else has. Look who else is here.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Meatloafy. Hi, Meatloafy. Hi, Meatloafy.
I just saw her get chased a while ago. She's probably really worried that she's going to get chased
No
again.
one's gonna hurt
Look,
you.
she's looking over.
No one's gonna hurt you. No. No one's gonna hurt you. Sweet girl.
Yeah, I mean, again, I knew.
Mm.
Yeah, they are. I know different areas not to be in, whatever. But I also thought that if people came in and kept their place nice and kept their cars nice and kept things nice and cared about, not just the yard that's in front of your place, but all around. And I still do this. So does another dude. There's another guy that comes around every once in a while with a bucket.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't say bucket for any other reason besides the fact that he walks around with a bucket and one of those, reacher things with little things on it. And some gloves. But he also seems nosy.
Yeah. We had a guy come over here and say that he's got these gift cards.
Oh yeah.
And that he wanted us to buy these gift cards from him.
Yeah.
And I told Phil, I'm like, absolutely do not give this man any money.
I was like, here's $3. That's all I got.
Because, the old gift card trick of, here, give me $50 for this $100 gift card. And there's nothing on the gift card. No.
Yeah, it was, I've known of him since we moved in. And, but he was trying to do something schmarmy. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, definitely a scam, Cuddlefish.
And he was the one.
Definitely.
They were working on his truck across the street. Like 12 o'clock at night. After midnight, they were working on this thing. But this is the truck that had 3 flat tires and had a Tommy lift in the back that was all the way down, and had for the windshield wipers was a rag wrapped around the windshield wiper arm thing or whatever, and Bart Simpson tied to the other one.
Right.
So when they'd go,
So Bart Simpson's like going, and then
then the rag.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you do what you got to do, but
I know
it was kind of hilarious. I took the picture and passed it along.
Funny.
Yeah. There has to be a solution for all this stuff that's going on.
Yeah. Well, at least the ones that were living across the way, I don't know where they went, but they went somewhere.
It's just been interesting.
Yeah, it's been interesting, yeah, to say the least, living here.
It keeps us on our toes, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been called all sorts of names, and you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's also strange.
It is strange, you know. I've been called names that I'm not used to being called, and you know, yeah, it's surprising, honestly. But
Yes, damn right. The bucket's a portable toilet. I even have the little noodle that wrap around the top.
is that like a seat?
Yes,
That'd be great for camping, right?
Yeah. Or you can just cut a hole in the lid.
Yeah.
Also.
True.
Lurking's good.
Hi, Spoof. How are you?
But we can't wait to show different, processes of artwork we're working on, because we have a whole bunch of ideas. And if you can't do it, it's best to think about it all the time, because your mind's always thinking about it. I read an article when I was a kid in Omni magazine that 2 different basketball teams, one practiced physically, and the other one practiced on things in their mind.
In their mind, yeah.
And they beat the team that practiced physically.
Yeah.
So.
Because they really had a lot of time to think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what they were going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting, and it stuck in my head. So I can't wait to have another space, because this space is just not. I've tried. This just isn't.
It's just tiny in here.
And I'm not complaining. It's our home.
No,
but
it's our home,
it's
and
just,
yeah. I mean, I feel like once we go in here and shut the door, we just, yeah.
Yeah. It's restful here, because you don't hear a lot of things. I mean, lately more than normal.
Yeah.
And it's wintertime, so hopefully in the summertime it's less, because people will not be inside. That's what I hope. That's cool. Okay, I thought wave, 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 smiley, 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 and is that a headache one? I just thought maybe that was.
Good night, Cuddlefish. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for your questions. I hope we answered them. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
Fun. And be careful on your drive. I still try to get some digs in there, though, don't I? Mm-hmm. I'm so adolescent.
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
No.
You're not surprised that I'm an adolescent?
No.
And I have lack of self control?
No.
I was going to say self-esteem, but I have pretty good self-esteem, don't I?
Sure.
Do I? Yeah. Okay.
More sirens. Yes, we sure did, didn't we, Tim? We learned a lot about buckets.
Yeah. So what do you think? This was fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
I like it. Because I can't tell how long we've been live, but it's...
about an hour.
Really? It's flown by.
Yeah, about an hour, I think.
It's flown on by.
About an hour, maybe a little bit longer than that. I think it was about 8:30, so about an hour and a half, probably. About an hour and a half, I think.
Oh, it is 2200.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
about an hour and a half. So, if you're ready, we can go. If you have anything else to talk about, I'd rather not be on this one.
Right. No, I'm not gonna ruin it by talking
No.
about other crap that
No.
is, stupid
Yeah.
stuff. That's for the Vigilum channel.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming.
We're probably gonna go and we'll see if I can wrangle some medicine.
Gonna wrangle up some medicines.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, it was very nice. We want to get back to this on this channel because always fighting back gets in the way of where you're going, and your growth and where you want to be gets stifled because you're always defending yourself. And if you ignore that stuff, which a lot of people do, a lot of people are really good at it. I try to have conversations with the creators locally here and in other places where I go about how they handle
Right.
those situations. A lot of them you can't tell that there's trolls because they have these
They just
snipey
ignore
little
them.
mods that don't interact. All they do is
they
take
just
care
get
of the
rid of
mods.
them.
I do like that, but I also like interacting with all the folks that are here. Although we have the best mod team, I like good calm things, but I do appreciate the process of pushing back when you have to, because you can't take that away from somebody. You can't say you should handle it this way and it's not to push back. And we're both like that. It's part of it.
Where is that?
Yeah, we're just strong personalities. So yeah, now back to the regularly scheduled drama programming on this channel. Probably not. I mean, if there's, I can't say no, never, but I'd like it to be more of like, look what we're working on now, or look what we have now, or whatever. Not a lot of that's coming. But what's the one about? What did I say? Did I say, oh, best mod team? Put a one in the chat. One. Exactly. No, hold on.
Yes.
Let me do that too. One. Look at her. I know.
She's
There's,
naughty.
I know there's lasagna in this pan.
Naughty.
I will be getting me some. Actually, she just wants the crunchy cover,
She probably does.
which it's metal.
Yeah. She's naughty, isn't she?
She is naughty.
I know. We love it though.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
we woke up to that, but hopefully people have been getting rest today, and
I hope.
which is funny.
Mm.
So anyway, thanks for also making a fine stream, all you nice folks. So we will, yay, right.
And I don't know if you're planning on going live on your other channel
No,
tonight or not.
Probably not. I want to check out some stuff, but I don't think I will. I'm contorting like this because of the way everything's set up. Anyway, good night, and we will see you soon. Everyone continue on with what you're doing, resting,
Mhm.
hydrating,
Right.
whatever you're doing.
Good night, everyone.
See you soon.
Thank you for coming.